Thanks to the support as a channel member, David Carter. Here we go then, boys and girls. For the second year in a row, we're in the Tier 8 playoffs, and we've been drawn against a team with both Charlotte and Academy in their name. I'm assured it's not them lot off of last year. Hello and welcome to part 28 of Born in the USA. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have the playoffs. And we know the playoffs work a little bit odd here in America. There are 4 divisions feeding into one division, which means there's 5 up, 5 down. The 4 divisional champions all go up automatically. And then the second and third place teams from those 4 divisions go into this 3-round playoff system where the winner of the playoffs gets the 5th and final promotion spot. So there's a lot of teams who are all vying for this one spot. It's a quarterfinal, then semi-finals and a final. I'm hoping we'll get the quarterfinal and the semi-final today, and we can do a premiere for the final tomorrow. That's the plan. But if last year's anything to go by, we won't make it that far. It's interesting to see as well. Tormentor FC, who they were a team that we were playing down in Tier 9. We got promoted ahead of them down in Tier 9. It looks like they came up the year after and are up in these playoffs as well. We know, certainly historically, we've been better than them. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm afraid. I hope we'll be okay. This is the team we're putting out there for this first game. It's not at Charlotte Academy. It is. Are you sure this isn't the same Charlotte Academy? It's not the same. What were the other ones called? Hold on. I need to clarify. Then we'll work out where we're playing. I'm still pressing the wrong buttons. Right. How does the game work, Kev? What game are we playing? We're playing Football Manager. Right. Charlotte Academy. So they finished second in the Southern Premier League. Okay. And they're not the same as, hold on. How do we? So they're not the same as the Charlotte FC Academy. They're the team that ruined us last year. It looks like they're in a playoff of their own. So bearing in mind how good we know they were, they've gone up and only finished 7th in the division above. So even if we do get through these playoffs, my word, is it going to be a difficult season next year. Where are Reading, who are the other team? So actually Reading ended up finishing above Charlotte Academy. Charlotte 2 are in there as well. So many Charlottes. It's like watching WWE. Charlotte everywhere. Right. Oh, there's an inside wrestling joke. Goodness me. Right. What I was trying to find out is where this game is being held. It's being held at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium, which is in Anopolis. Are we back in Greece? Where is Anopolis? I need to know where Anopolis is. So Anopolis is supposedly in Maryland, which if you're in the UK, like I am, Maryland means cookies. Apparently, if you're in the US, Maryland does not mean cookies, which is weird. It's obviously the cookie place. But yeah, it's there, just sort of between Washington and Baltimore. So we're heading all the way over there. We've come down from, we're up here somewhere, aren't we? Where Massachusetts? There's Massachusetts. So we're around here somewhere. And then Charlotte, I feel like, is down there. So actually, you know what? That is about halfway between Bourne and Charlotte. I'll allow it. Now the game can happen. I hope you're all as impressed as I am about how much better my US geography is getting. The cookie thing still bothers me, though. So this is our team. We've got Saunders in goal, a back four of Nice, Sullivan, Brook and Garlic. Goncalves and Briones in midfield. Williams and Huyan supporting the Hanandai up front. Let's get into the game. There's pretty much no changes from the team that have been on such a long winning run. Occasionally we play Gaza ahead of Goncalves. Occasionally Stone will play ahead of Jackson Hernandez. But really, I mean, even very occasionally Cullen will be in instead of Garlic. But this is by and large the team that has won 11 consecutive games to take us from mid-table obscurity up into an unlikely run into these playoffs. If there's a form team going into these playoffs, it is us. And we need to find a way to carry that form through into the playoffs and into Tier 7. And Sullivan is in! And Travis Sullivan opens the scoring on 11 minutes. It's a free kick from Jackson Hernandez. Jeff Brooks been getting all the goal-scoring headlines from our centre-backs this season, but Sullivan turns up at such a crucial moment from a set-piece. In fact, that's Jorge Hernandez playing the free kick. I selected the wrong Hernandez there. Silly old Kev. But now Charlotte have an immediate chance for a reply from a set piece of their own, and it cannons off the crossbar. But our defenders are the first to get there, and we managed to scramble it clear. That was a bit of a close one there, but we've now got the ball back in the Charlotte half again. And if we could grab a second goal, that would be stupendous. I would be all over that, but it is Charlotte who've got the ball currently, spraying it over to this right-hand side. We need Garlic to get a tackle in here, and he does, but the guy following up gets there ahead of Hu Yan, but now Williams with the chance to get a break going, but he loses out on the ball, but Goncalves sliding in like a man possessed, doesn't get the ball. It's good to see him trying hard, and Charlotte have the shot, which is straight into the arms of Saunders, who collects it very, very comfortably. We've weathered a little bit of a storm there and maintained our 1-0 lead. We are well behind on XG. Charlotte do appear to be the better team so far, but at the moment, we've got the goal, and that's all that really matters. Hernandez with another free kick. It's hit the crossbar, and this time it's Charlotte who are scrambling clear after a collision with the woodwork. Hernandez is looking very, very dangerous from these set pieces today. He's already made one, almost scored another, and it looks like it's going to be enough to take us into half-time with a 1-0 lead. And that'll do. We'll take this. There's no two-legged affairs in these US playoffs. It's one leg, neutral venue, and you're done. So at 1-0 up, we're having a lovely old time. Core Valley, who finished above us in the league, are 2-0 down at home against Frederick. Tormenta, who we know we're better than, are ahead against the Birmingham Hammers. And Arizona are beating Eastside FC at the moment. I have no previous with either of them, so I don't know if they're good or bad. But at the moment, it feels like things are looking pretty good for us. Garza's going to come on for Goncalves. Like I say, it's a fairly regular change for me to make. Hu Yan hasn't really turned up today, so Sanchez can come on for him as we enter into the final 20 minutes of this game. It's a flick on from the Charlotte attacker, but no one is there to be flicked on to. And Saunders has all the time in the world to pick out a Hernandez, and that's exactly what he does. The ball's sprayed out sort of vaguely towards Williams on this left-hand side, but didn't really get anywhere near him. And now Charlotte on the attack again, and they're going the aerial route, and it's working for them. And we need to get a tackle in here. It's Nice trying to get the block in, but he can't. Hernandez is falling over his own feet, trying to track back and prevent the attack. And Charlotte have got in here, but I think Saunders has that covered. Either way, it's hit the crossbar again, and we've scrambled it away for another corner. 20 minutes to go, and Charlotte are really going for it. But that corner was so bad, the highlight didn't even finish. And I am not going to complain about that at all. Dave's getting so into it that he's barking in his sleep behind me now, the way he does sometimes. We are going to bring God Knows on in midfield. So God Knows on to play alongside Garza in midfield. Dave, stop woofing. Goodness me, this is the playoff quarterfinals. You can't sit there woofing in your sleep. My word. It looks like we're holding on. It's been a very uneventful second half. We've had one shot on target in the entire tie. It's really not the kind of Bourne form that has led us into these playoffs. But the important thing is we've made it through to the semi-final of these playoffs. I just hope we don't have a repeat of last year where we just stop scoring when we hit the playoffs and get a little bit of stage fright, I think. But semi-final is set up. It looks like there's a draw for the semi-final. We haven't immediately been given an opponent. So it's random teams all the way through, it seems. And do we know who we're getting? The draw is today. We'll take Tormenta because we know we can beat Tormenta. Arizona and Frederick are the great unknown. But it's going to be Tormenta versus Bourne. Right. We know we're better than they are. So it looks like, did they come up with us? They finished second when we finished first. And then last year they finished ninth. So that must be the year we were with them. Or was it that year? No, we weren't in the Southern League, but we were in the Atlantic League. So the year we won the Atlantic League, Tormenta came up in second place. Can we go back and see just how much better than them we were back then? What am I clicking on? What am I trying to find here? Competitions. So when we won the Atlantic League, we want to go back to there. So, oh my word, we weren't much better than them, were we? They actually scored more goals than we did. We only finished 2 points ahead of them. We did have a better goal difference. Maybe the difference between us and Tormenta isn't as big as I thought it would be. We beat them in the league. Prince Fletcher, remember Prince Fletcher? And then we beat them 5-0 away. So actually, our 2 previous meetings, we've won them both. We're having it. So just the one change for the Tormenta game. Then Gaza comes in for Goncalves because I still can't work out which one of them I prefer in that role. Where are we playing this one? We're playing at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, which is in Commerce City. I don't know where Commerce City is. Back to Google Maps, boys and girls. So it seems like Commerce City is basically Denver, Colorado, which is all the way over here. So we're having to come from all the way over here. And Tormenta is South Georgia. I don't know specifically where in South Georgia, but Georgia's here. So rather than it being halfway between the two, we've both got to travel like half the continent to get to this game. We've gone all the way to Colorado. What's in Colorado? Plus, there was only 3 days between the 2 games as well. So we would have had to have left wherever it was we were in before, Washington, or just outside Washington. I forget exactly where we were. We had to leave there and basically get straight on our mopeds and start trekking across the country. We can't afford planes. We can't afford a bus. We're going on our own personal transport, our little scooters, scooting across America. We've only just got here. We are going to have sore buttocks going into this game, but fingers crossed it's not going to affect us too adversely. And it looks like it's Tormenta who are the ones with the first highlight of the game. 14 minutes on the clock, and I would like us to not concede here and then ideally go up the other end and score a goal of our own. That's the play we're looking for here if we're trying to follow a script. Nice plays it forward to no one in particular, really, and it's just Tormenta who've got the ball back again to knock it around quite comfortably, but Garlic does intercept there. We're defending quite well at the moment, but Tormenta are getting an awful lot of time on the ball. I don't remember them being this comfortable in possession the last time we played them, but clearly they've gone on to bigger and better things while we've stumbled a little bit. They've been making constant progress for the last 2 years while we've been apart, whereas we had a good season that we then bottled and have now struggled through this season. So they're probably, in terms of ongoing development, moving in the right direction more consistently than we are. But more importantly, Huyan's just won us a penalty and Jackson Hernandez has the chance to give us the lead in the tie. It's Hernandez stepping up to take the penalty and it's saved. That's a big save because not only does it keep the tie at 0-0, but it's potentially going to nullify one of our most important weapons in the shape of Jackson Hernandez. Corner comes in looking for Brook but can't find him. And now Tormenta have got a chance for a counter-attack, but nothing coming of it. We've already had 3 shots on target in this game compared to the 1 that we had in the quarter-final game. We've got 1.18 for XG now. I know a lot of that comes from the penalty, but unlike the first tie, in which we were probably a little bit lucky in the first tie, this one we should be ahead. Half an hour gone, we should be ahead in the game. The fact that we're not is potentially going to come back and cost us. Tormenta just keeping hold of the ball again. They've got very patient build-up play. Whereas we are much more of a traditional lower league side, much more direct. We get the ball, we lump it forward, we try and get it in the back of the net. Hernandez has turned brilliantly there, playing it into the other Hernandez who has the shot and forces the corner. Half an hour gone. This is a moment for Brook. If we can land it on his head, it's going to be Jorge Hernandez with the in-swinger looking for Brook. In fact, it's Sullivan who's lurking there at the near post, and it's cleared as far as Huyan, who's hopefully going to look to get it straight back into the area again. Huyan plays it to Williams on this left-hand side, who plays it back to Briones. Everyone's kind of getting themselves back into their positions. I guess that's quite smart play. I would have been all for getting it back in the penalty area while the defenders were still in there. Hernandez has got another corner though, and this time he does find Brook, but it hits the crossbar and goes behind for a goal kick. It's another big chance for us. Our XG is up to 1.75 now. It really is a problem that we're not scoring during this period of the game where we're getting all the chances, because Tormenta are going to get opportunities. They are just taking it nice and patient and calm, waiting for the right chance. They had one there, but Saunders makes the save. But they're going to get more opportunities like that one, and we need to make sure that when they do, they're already losing, so that we don't get stung with a goal against the run of play, because that'd be very, very upsetting. And it's Tormenta again just before half-time with another attack. Nice is beaten comfortably at left-back. Shot comes in and Saunders gets his entire body behind it and holds on to it well. But it looks like there's time for one more highlight before the halftime whistle blows. And we're the ones who've got the ball. 40 seconds remaining of normal time. And it's Williams. He's got a player in his way there. I think it's Briones. Plays it out to Hernandez, though, whose header finds the other Hernandez. This is some beautiful football. It ends up with Gaza. Briones again. Williams back to Gaza. We've got a huge overlap there from Nice. Nice with the cross. It falls to Jackson Hernandez. And after missing the penalty earlier in the game, he has made up for it with a finish right on the stroke of half-time. Seconds remaining in this first half. It's some lovely build-up play from us. I've complimented Tormenta on how well they were playing in their build-up play, but this was excellent from us, and it's such a good cross. Just slightly eludes that defender, and Hernandez is just hovering in a little pocket of space between the centre-back and the left-back, and he's there to grab the goal. It's Tormenta 0, Bourne 1 at half-time, and you've got to say we've been good value for it. Corner comes in there right at the start of the second half, but it's cleared. It's back with Jorge Hernandez again. Cross comes into Huyan, and Huyan scores. It's only an 8th goal of the season for him. It's a much lower return than he gave us last year, but since the arrival of Jorge Hernandez, Huyan has been a new player again, and we've scored 2 goals in 2 minutes either side of half-time here. A 2-0 lead in this playoff semi-final, and we are looking good to go further in this than we ever have in the history of the football club. Arizona are winning 1-0 against Frederick in the other tie. I don't know how good either of them are. We've mentioned before they're very much the unknown, but this is a team we do know. And the last time we played them, we beat them 5-0, and we're 2-0 up now with 35 minutes to go, but it's Tormenta who are in again here. And if we could defend this, that would be very nice. Brook is trying his best to, but not actually getting anywhere near the player who's just running past him. And my word, what a goal. I mean, I did say this is what we needed to do. By the time they got a decent chance and scored a goal, we needed them to already be behind in the game, and they are. But goodness me, was that a good goal. It's not really a chance that they've created, more a moment of absolute brilliance. It was perfectly placed. Their XG, because it was a long-range shot, is still only 0.22 compared to ours, which is nearly at 3. We should be further ahead in this game than we are, but it is setting itself up to kick us in the buttocks right at the end. And we're going to bring Makopa on. God knows Makopa is coming on. We're also going to bring on Torres. And why have we only got 6 substitutes? How have I let this happen? Where's Stone? Why is Stone not on the bench? I want to bring him on, but he's not there. This is unacceptable. I need to, right, Sullivan needs to come off as well. Goncalves is going to have to come on and play at centre-back, which he's not done in over a year. That is, it's not ideal, but fingers crossed, there's not going to be any more highlights. The game seems to be running itself down, and this is exactly the way we wanted this semi-final to end. Nothing happening in the final 20 minutes. Absolutely perfect, and that does set us up nicely. See, Stone's training well, just didn't turn up to sit on the bench. We are in the final, and who are we facing? I didn't actually notice what was going on in the other game, and we haven't got... There shouldn't really need to be a draw. There's 2 teams. We play FC Arizona. So FC Arizona finished 2nd in the Western Premier League. They previously won the Mountain League. They finished 3rd in the Western Premier League last year. 3rd, then 4th, now 2nd. So they've been hovering at this level for a little while now. They finished on 86 points. Phoenix Academy way, way ahead of them. But they did get more points than us, so they'll probably feel like they're the favourites for this. And to be fair, they probably are. What does the game think? The game hasn't set any odds, which is nice. Well, we'll be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock for a live premiere of the playoff final as we try and book our spot in Tier 7. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.